Hi everyone, Dr. Hill here. I'd like to walk you through our OneNote for Philosophy 2202, Early Modern Philosophy. Uh, this is just a quick little video to kind of show you what we want to do with this. I hope that it's helpful to you. To do a deeper dive, you want to check out the tutorials that are on the Trello page that come from Microsoft or LinkedIn Learning that will talk about OneNote or OneNote for Student or OneNote for Classroom. So those will be a deeper dive. I just want to show you kind of how to access it and what we'll be using it for in this class. So I hope this video is helpful to you. I'm going to share my screen and just kind of say a few things, and then we'll jump right in and follow through with where to find it. So let me start sharing. Here you can see our team space. You can access OneNote through, there is an app that you can download. You can access it through the Western's Office 365 page, which I showed you previously in the video about Teams. I suspect most of us will want to access it through the Teams app or through the Teams site. OneNote is embedded into Microsoft Teams for us, so it's all in the single location. It's these top sets of tabs. When you take a look at when you take a look up here at these top tabs, you see a tab for class notebook, a tab for assignment, and a tab for grades. Those are the three tabs that pertain to OneNote for Student or OneNote for Classroom. OneNote is essentially an electronic whiteboard space that they've hooked into or integrated with a grade function and an assignment tracking function. I'm more interested in the notebook side of things. I'll post the assignments there so that we have the assignments here as well as in OWL and as well as in Trello, so that you can find the assignments and what's expected of you in lots of different places. I'm hoping or expecting you guys to use the OneNote to submit your philosophical reflections. You can submit your other assignments here too. It's much more convenient for us to take a look at them and to add comments to them and communicate to you about your submissions. But the grades function, for the most part, we won't really be using. We'll have to use the grades in OWL, because OWL is what we at Western use for submitting the grades to the registrar. So really what I'm interested in is the section called Class Notebook here on this upper tab. If you click that, you go into the notebook space. The notebook itself is essentially a whiteboard that lets you do a variety of different things. You can see how the landing page is a generic page that Microsoft has created to explain this to you. You can read it through. It's got links to some of the tutorials and ways of using this space. What you'll see when you look at this, you open it up and you see this bar on the left. Now you're seeing my version, so you see all the student ones. You see everybody's name along here as a student. This is an account I've added just for me. So to show you what a student notebook looks like. What you guys will see is the collaboration space and the content library. You won't see the teacher only space. That's only for Benjamin and I. And you won't see everybody else's student notebook. The student notebooks are, they're not private because Benjamin and I can see them as the instructors, but they're not shared. They're not accessible to other students in the course. I'm going to open up this student notebook, and you can see the sections that I've added to the student notebook. Philosophical reflections. This is a place that you should be able to upload your philosophical reflections. There's a section on handouts, on homework. Again, we're not going to have assigned homework, not for a grade. anyway. So that shouldn't be a section we have to worry much about. There's a section on handouts. I haven't pushed any handouts to you guys yet. I'm still working on getting that organized. But when I push handouts, I can just say send a handout to everybody, and it goes right into your handout space in your own personal student notebook. And there's a section where you can put in your own class notes. So this is a place if you want to keep your notes connected with your other course materials, you can have a space to do those notes. That's the personal notebook that you have, the personal space. What I want to talk more about is the collaboration space and the content library. The collaboration space is a space where we all have access. We can all go into this space just like a shared whiteboard in a classroom, and we can all make comments and add things to it. There is a description about how to use the space from Microsoft, but then there are the different sections I've added. A section on administrative questions if you want to have discussions about administrative issues as a group, as a whole class. This is a place that you can do that. What I envision you guys doing is on Friday, we'll talk about the class charter, and that's here. And you can see that there is the section it's already populated. There is the PDF of the assignment that I've made, the assignment guidelines. You can click on that, and it'll open up those guidelines. And then there's the space itself for the draft document that I made. And what I'm hoping or expecting from us on Friday is that we'll be able to open up this document. We'll be able to talk about this as a group, and we'll excuse me, and we'll be able to go right in and make changes directly into the document. So if you click on it, you can see it functions just like a document, like a draft document. We can go ahead and type things in. We've got all the different formatting features. So it's basically a text box that we can that functions like a Word document. But because this is like an electronic whiteboard space, we can add other things. We can add files like I've added here. We can add a table, we can add pictures, we can add links, we can add audio, emojis. There's a lot of ways we can integrate different content into this whiteboard space. We can draw here if people want to, draw in this space. It's got a lot more power than a normal word processor. Because that would be another way we could collaborate on a document, would be to just have the document in SharePoint, just like a Google Doc. Maybe you've done this before in other classes or in other contexts. And you have a shared Google Doc where people just start typing in, and multiple people can be editing and revising it as they talk about it in the meeting. OneNote essentially does that in this space with a little bit more power and capabilities, which is why I've decided to use that. So this is what we'll be doing on Friday, and Monday if we need more time to work on the course charter. I've also got these other sections where if you guys want, you guys can use these. My vision behind this was that you might use these as spaces to take collective notes, to have a group that is taking notes about the class discussions. So I've got a little description of the space here, and then I've got it divided by week, but it's essentially a blank slate. Benjamin and I are not going to follow, track, correct, do anything in these spaces. These are for you guys to do. If you guys decide to use it, great. If you don't, not a big deal. It's entirely for you guys, but it's a way for you all together to take notes or to delegate some note taking to a few different people. Who can then all collaborate in real time on making those notes, hunting down links when a link gets cited or suggested, bringing in anything that you want, anything that you'd want to hold on to. And the same for the Q&A session. I've already kind of set this up You know, as I say, this is not the place to post questions because Benjamin and I are not going to look at this space. We're not going to pay attention to it. This is for you guys only. The other kind of thing about OneNote is the content library. The content library is essentially like a filing cabinet. This is how they describe it. It's a place where Benjamin and I can upload handouts and upload contents that we want to push out to you guys into your individual notebooks so you can have access to them. We'll be using this as another way to access the materials we're distributing, the PDFs, the PowerPoints, any sort of video files or links. Like anything else, it starts with a description overview page from Microsoft, but then you've got the different sections, and I've already tried to build the stuff so that you have access to it now. You can go into the content library and retrieve the material anytime you want, or Benjamin and I can go in and push this out to you. I will try to do that now as we talk. I'm not sure if you have this. I don't think you have this section in your page, this class notebook section. I think that's just for instructors. So what I can do is I can distribute this page. What I can do is just go in and I will send this to the whole class, and it should pop up in your in everybody's student notebook. So when Benjamin and I work on something and we want to save it for the class, we can put it into this space. You guys can go get it anytime you want, and we can push it out to you so that you have access to it. Again, the whole idea behind this is to make the materials accessible to you in a way that is faster and easier than digging them out of OWL. Again, we'll make sure to be posting this stuff in OWL too, and you guys should be able to access them through OWL. We'll be sure to post and link stuff to the Trello board as well. So again, you can post it, you can pull the posts from Trello as well. It's really about whatever's most convenient for you. So the page has been distributed to all the students. So if we go back to the sample student that we have, B Hill, and we go to handouts, we see the page right here. There it is. So you can see how this works. You guys will want to pay attention to the collaboration space and the content library, and I'm hoping that your philosophical reflections get uploaded here, because you can see how Benjamin and I have this feature of review student work. We can go right in and we can go through everyone's notebook and review your reflections and add comments and add emojis and stickers and GIFs and all that other stuff. But really we'll be looking at trying to help you guys, we'll explain the rubric and help you guys develop your capacities for philosophical reflection. If you have trouble with this, again, don't sweat it. Don't let us know. We'll keep working on it, and we're trying to find multiple venues for you guys to access the material. It'll take a while, take a few weeks for all of us to get through and figure all this stuff out. But that's the goal behind using this and learning these things. I think in looking at it, I think it's going to be worth the time to try to build up that capacity and take a look at how OneNote works and how teams work. And I hope that it's effective and useful for you. So that's the class notebook. Just briefly, the assignment section. Again, it's another section. I haven't added anything here yet. I'm still building stuff for the course. Everything's in Trello. It's just a matter of getting it to these alternative formats. But you would be able to see the assignments that we have here. And then same for grades. Again, nothing's been graded yet, so there's nothing to start tracking. If there is anything in here, it's simply informal. We'll be trying to post and track grades in OWL officially. And anything that has to go through turnitin.com for plagiarism checking, we have to use OWL because that's where Turnitin is. So I hope that this little walkthrough of Microsoft Teams helps. Check out the tutorials from Microsoft or from LinkedIn Learning. that we've connected in the Trello page, and they should give you more details on the different features. Thanks so much, everybody. I'm looking forward to working with you and having great philosophical discussions this term. Thanks so much. Bye.